What is going on, everyone? We are live tonight, two flippin' dudes. It's Chris and Jason, the two of us, two flippin' dudes. Here we are, as we are every Thursday at 8 Eastern. So, Chris, welcome to the show already.
What's up, Jason? We made it to Thursday. That means we can probably make it the rest of the way through the week.
We made it. We're here, and so are a lot of people, actually. Quite a few comments coming in really early. Wow, guys, I'm impressed.
The viewers are bringing it today.
I know, right? Colts Comics, Jeremy. Here we go. Good to see you, Jeremy. Let's see who else is in here. Ryan is in here. David, Lion Creek Boutique. Tim is back. What's up, y'all?
We tried to scare Tim away, but I guess we got to try harder. He's back.
Yeah, and of course, we've always got Leslie, Central Illinois Reseller, says hello. Ginger, hello. So quite a few people already making some noise. And guys, we really appreciate that. It's awesome to see the interaction and the feedback and see that you're talking to one another. So that's why we do this show. We want to connect with you and connect with others as well. But Chris, let's get started. We've got a great show tonight.
Absolutely. Well, welcome everyone to Two Flippin' Dudes. This is a weekly opportunity for Jason and I to catch up and talk flipping. We decided to invite you along for the conversation too. Why not? Because A, you'll have a little fun. B, you'll get an authentic glimpse into what's going on in our businesses. And C, hopefully you learn a thing or two to walk away with to maybe upgrade, enhance your business or get one started. So welcome aboard. Thanks for joining us.
Donna Diggs saying hello. Yeah, that's who we are, guys. And we're always here for you. So if you have questions for us, as you see below on the little ticker there, put a question in the chat. That's what really makes this a fun show, is when you're asking questions and commenting. So yeah, if you have any questions that are on your mind, let us know right now, and we'll get to those in a second. And Tim, I want to say thanks so much for the super sticker. That is amazing. And that is a Two Flippin' Dudes first on our show. Got the super sticker in. Thank you, Tim. Well, Chris, how's your week been?
And week has been good. I mean, a lot of fun. So last week was Kim's birthday.
That's right.
So we did some celebrating late in the week. Her birthday was Wednesday, and we spent some time both Wednesday and Thursday celebrating. Then we had some friends come in town from North Carolina. So Brian and Liz came down to visit. We haven't had visitors in our home, like that actually came and stayed over since we purchased this home last July for obvious reasons. So that was really cool to have some visitors. Like the guest room was actually occupied for a first time. So that was cool. And it was Brian's birthday as well. So we celebrated his birthday Friday and Saturday. We went to a Blue Jays game. They're playing regular season games here in Tampa. So it was cool to go see a regular season Blue Jays game. Although I will say that the idea of going to the game was a lot more fun than the actual execution of it, because there was a rain delay. It was cold and I think the game started at like 9:45 or 9:50, and then it turned into like an instant blowout in the second inning. It was like, I don't know, 14-1 by the second. So
yeah, wow.
Yeah, I don't even think we made it through the fourth inning, and we didn't get home till 1 o'clock in the morning, even though we only saw like 4 innings of baseball. But it was good to get down to Dunedin and spend some time with friends, and we got a good story out of it.
That's cool. So I mean, you said rain delay, but did the game get rained out, or did you just leave early?
Well, it's the start of the game was delayed because we had some pretty heavy showers roll through, like storms roll through off the coast like an hour before game time, and then so they delayed it, then they delayed it again, and then it was a 9:45 start. So whenever we got out, it was cool to be able to see a game. Maybe I'll go see another one on a sunnier day. Well, here's the funny thing. So the game was scheduled for a 3:07 start when we bought the tickets. So we went down to Dunedin, which is where it's actually, the stadium is actually where they hold spring training for the Toronto Blue Jays. It's also where their single A team, the Dunedin Blue Jays, play. So the game was scheduled 3:07 start. We got down there at 2 so we can go get some wings before we go to the game. And we're sitting there, and Brian looked at his ESPN app, and he's like, "Hey, ESPN's saying that the game starts at 7:07, not 3:07. Like, what? Sure enough, game started at 7:07. But the shower, if the game started at 3, we probably would have got most or all the game in before the shower started at 6. So ironically, the the start time was delayed, and then that made it so then it rained a whole bunch, and then it was delayed even more. And yeah, anyway, it was a little bit of a circus. I'm just sort of rambling there, but a fun week. And then we got our vaccinations, Kim and I, on Monday, which is great, and it's exciting. And then on Tuesday, both of us really felt like junk all day. We're better now.
Yeah.
But Tuesday we were both kind of dragging and just not with it. So nice to kind of be out of that too. So that's my exciting week. And I actually scheduled a haircut for tomorrow. How about that? I haven't had a haircut since like I don't even remember the exact date, but I want to say it was September or October. So when you have to like guess the months, it's probably been too long. So excited for that.
Chris, do have them cut your hair and then just shave off the whole beard, man. Just do the old straight razor shave, get the old man shave.
It's a cool idea. I'm not going to do it. But what's interesting is my hair is probably longer than it's been in probably 12 years. But my beard is shorter than it's been in I don't know how long, but probably years. So funny how that is working out right now. Yeah,
nice. Colts Comics, thanks so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. And he says Chris at Peak is a Mick Hottie fan club. There you go, Chris. There's your shout out.
Wow, I'm blushing, and wow, thank you. That's really kind.
Well, you sound like you had a great weekend. Sound like Kim was celebrated, good time with friends, and just action packed. Honestly.
Yeah, thanks for asking. I wasn't as productive with work. I'm looking up at like my productivity board. That's not as filled up with ink as it normally is, but it is what it is. You got to do that. Talk to me. What's been up? How's your week been?
It's been kind of, I think eBay, well, I'll just say this, like we had a monster week in April, and for some reason you would think that would inspire me to want to go thrift more, but it kind of has the opposite effect. It's like sales are good, money's coming in. I don't want to list. I don't want to try and keep up. So it's just been kind of, it's been hard to get motivated this week, but I did get some listings up in the last couple of days and had a pretty good haul this last week. But yeah, I mean, this week's been a harder one to kind of mentally just get into the rhythm, kind of hear you on that, looking up at the shelves and looking around the room going, okay, work needs to be done here.
I hear you on that. And I kind of powered through on Tuesday. And although I like worked all day Tuesday and didn't feel well, it's one of those days where I'm like, I worked all day, but I don't feel like I really got much of anything done. And I think that was probably a mistake because now I feel like, I'm fatigued and I don't want to work tomorrow, but that is what I think you got to listen to your body when you're not well. You just got to, you just got to embrace it. I was got to take a nap like around noontime and just curl up on the couch. And then next thing I know, it's like 6 and I'm still working. I'm like, man.
Well, you weren't feeling well. And I actually had a cavity filled this week. So that was my afternoon fun times at the dentist. But yeah, honestly, that's what being your own boss is about. You can take off when you need to take off and give your body a rest and, make up for it later on. So.
Yeah, you can go to the dentist anytime you please. How about that?
Exactly. Like I'll just schedule another one next week. I do want to point out Neb. Neb, it's been a while, but we're glad to see you back in this live, buddy. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, definitely, Neb. Good to see you. I'm curious what's happening up in your neck of the woods. Last we spoke, there was still pretty heavy lockdowns up in your part of Canada. I'm wondering if that's still the same. Can you get out? Are you thrifting yet?
Yeah, I actually have a Canada story from this week. I have a first time. This has never happened to me before, Chris. Fortunately, it wasn't overseas, but I sold a pair of shoes to a buyer in Canada through the global shipping program because that's the only way I ship out of the US. And got a message, which you always hate seeing when it says on item ended because you're like, oh no. So I open it up and it says, fast shipping, got the shoes, love the condition, but they're different sizes. And obviously I didn't check that because you would assume they're both the same size. Person had sent me pictures showing me obviously the two different size tags. And he's like, I'd like to return these. So I'm like, shoot, what do I do? I've never had an international return before. So I called eBay and they were like, yeah, basically, he has the right to return them. So I gave him a refund because I wasn't going to be charged $30, which is like the cost of the shoes to ship them back. So I just said, keep the shoes, donate them, whatever you want to do. Here's your money. I'm very sorry that happened. but a lot easier than trying to handle that. And yeah.
That's I've never had a global shipping program return. Never once.
Yeah.
And probably 5% my sales. I keep saying 5%, and that's probably based on, months ago numbers. I should look at it, give a fresh look and see if that's true. But that's strange that I've never had a single, neither of us before you this week had a return on that. So that's interesting. I have made that mistake though. I actually sold a pair of shoes. There were two different sizes. One was like a 9.5 and the other was a 9. Same exact, like identical shoes, which makes me think that maybe some people have different size feet. So it makes me think that the person just donated their shoes and they just happen to be a half size different.
Yeah. And I have caught that before, though I don't check for it on a pair of shoes and just went straight back to the, thrift store and they took them back. But
oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's not something you would expect to find, shoes that are different sizes, but the exact same shoe.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Well, shall we show some items that we've thrifted this week? I know you had a great haul yesterday, and I had one of my bigger hauls this week as well.
Yeah, let me. Let's start with some gratitude first. So, this bowl here, I found this, and this is totally thanks to you, Jason. And so the brand of this it's going to be hard to see, but we'll throw it up there and see. You can see it. It says Highmark, Himark. I had not been familiar with this brand and probably would have just passed right by it had I not seen you create. You either did a video or you talked about it on this show. Perhaps you talked about a Highmark bowl that you found. So sure enough, I looked it up and this thing is worth pretty good money, like $35 to $50. Although when I got it home, there's a little bit of like super minor chipping on the edges, but I think disclosing that I should still be able to get maybe on the low end of the comps for that. But so thank you for sharing so like openly and honestly stuff that you're finding and making money on, because you made me a little bit of money with that bad boy.
Nice. Yeah, that's a beautiful bowl there.
Yeah, it really is.
And, I'm always surprised when I see those going for 50, but consistently I've sold multiples of those large bowls like that. And I'm always getting 40 to 50, including shipping. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll into two more, just staying on this theme of like gratitude towards Jason, because you've been talking a lot about shooting shirts and hunting shirts. I found 4 hunting, like shooting shirts yesterday, and I never find them. I don't know that maybe I've sold 1. And that's just, I don't think it's 2, maybe 1. So first off is this is a Mossy Oak is the brand. Let's see if I can get that up there, which is typically not a very good brand. I pass on Mossy Oak all the time, but what you're looking for is this, wrong side. Looking for that, that shoulder pad right there for a rifle. So that's kind of padded a little bit right there. It's nice that it's camo too, because hunting shooting shirt. So there's 1, and then I'll show you 2 out of the 4. There are 4 though. This one is really cool. So
whoa!
Check out that camo.
See that Cabela's tag?
Yeah, and you can always tell like what the camo is called by where is it? I feel like this is always where'd it go? I swear it's on there. There it is. Secluded 3D. So you can that's the name of that. I've never heard of that particular style of camo, but yeah, it's a Cabela's. It's 2XL. Pretty heavy. It's vented though in the back, which is key. People like that, the mesh vents. So those are and it's got you can't see the pad so much on here because it's all one color, but that's padded to like a shooting shirt on the right shoulder. So shooting shirts for the win. Pretty excited about those.
Can I show you something, Chris? I had this lined up ready to go today. Take a look at this to keep on this theme.
Beretta.
Oh, my finger's over it. Beretta 2XL. Does this have, it's not really a shooting shirt. Kind of looks like it, but it's just a heavier fabric. So, yeah, beautiful shirt. I'm kind of, well, I wouldn't say I'm hesitant on picking up Beretta, but I'm definitely going to pick up those heavier outdoor shirts like that you would wear hunting or, somewhere outdoors where it's colder.
Nice. I actually picked up a Beretta last week. I should have showed it on the show, and it actually had had the pads on both sides. And they actually had like little zipper pockets like underneath the pads. I'd never seen that before. So That's the first Beretta shooting shirt that I'd ever found.
Yeah, Tim asked this great question, and I wanted to answer this because I have found this, Tim. The vintage Banana Republic hunting outdoor vest before. The tag on the one that I found, I probably got that, sold it probably 3 or 4 months ago. I think it was an 80s tag. I had never seen a Banana Republic tag that looked like that. It actually had the banana on the tag.
I've seen that tag. I usually don't pick it up because if it's just like a regular shirt, it's vintage Banana Republic in and of itself doesn't have like much cachet, right? But it's that that hunting outdoor which helps it.
Yeah, and this was like I think it was called like a photographer vest or safari vest or something. It had pockets everywhere and for accessories and things. I think it sold for it was over 50. I want to say it was like 60 with shipping. So that's definitely something to look for. Those of you that are tuning in, try and find those old Banana Republic like photographer outdoor vests.
Well, show us some more heat, will you? You got some
more? Dude. Let's see what I got. It's always funny, we should do like a segment or something on like comments you get at thrift stores from either like workers or other people, because if you're reselling, you've got random stuff in your cart, you're always going to get comments on stuff. But I picked up this plate set and tag is $1, but you can see it's like a 50s inspired. And there were like 6 of these. So I got like 6 or 8 of these plates, something like that. But Habitat, is it Habitat? Yeah, Habitat Americana. And then 50s Kitchen is the name of this, obviously pattern. But I put this on the counter and the lady checking me out was like, ooh, I like those plates and they're very manly. Like I could see this being in like a bachelor, like a bachelor apartment or something. I'm like, is it manly? I don't know if that's really that manly, but
she might have lost touch a little bit, I think.
I was just kind of like, yeah, manly. Just kind of go along with it. It's just interesting. Or, like when you're checking out with like women's clothes, people will comment too, like, oh, women's jeans, why?
Or people say like, wow, you must have like a really big family. So I have like, 30 clothing items in my cart.
Yeah, I'll see if you know this basketball player right there. I'm sure you do. The SC.
Is that Curry?
That's Steph Curry right there.
Oh, yeah.
Under Armour. I don't see these shoes very often in the wild, but paid $13 for these. Excellent condition. I should get 40 to 50 for these with shipping on those. So great shoe.
Nice. I've never bought or sold Curry's before, so that's a nice find. A rare like big time player that's not actually signed by Nike.
Yeah, right. It's interesting to see some of these players going with different brands that aren't your typical Nike, Adidas.
A few big guys with Adidas and a few big guys, I guess Kawhi's with New Balance of all brands, which is kind of interesting.
Chris, I got a question for you that came in for us. So I'll toss this your way, but Jennifer asked, and I know some people have been answering in the comments, but I would just want to weigh in for someone else thinking about this or having this come up, a scenario like this. Started cross-listing on Facebook and made a sale that went smoothly. Have a second sale and the buyer would feel more comfortable sending a money order. Is that allowed? And what would you advise Jennifer on this?
I don't know. Frankly, I don't know if it's allowed. I know it wouldn't be allowed via eBay. As far as on Facebook Marketplace, I'm not sure. I think a better question would I say yes to that? And I would not. I would not accept a money order as payment on Facebook Marketplace or eBay or any of that stuff. I just think that opens you up to like cancellations, weird stuff. So, I mean, anytime anything's been ever mentioned about money orders, it's usually somehow associated with someone who's trying to pull a fast one on you. So I would probably let that one pass. I know you probably want to get that second sale, but for me, I would not accept it personally. I would move on to the next thing.
Yeah, I think that's a good answer. If it sounds too good to be true, probably is.
Like, what would make somebody more comfortable about doing a money order, which is like a harder thing to execute, rather than paying through Facebook, which is, like one of the, big tech companies of the world right now. That they have their whole life shared on their Facebook account, but they're not willing to pay through it. Yeah. It just doesn't add up.
And it's always funny the stories that they come up with, like, I'll pay you more for da 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 going out of your way. And, it's just, it's always like, who's buying into this stuff? Like, I always just say, if I get those texts when I post something to Craigslist, when I post my number, I instantly get that like person that reaches out and is like, hey, I want to send you a code. And of course it's broken English. And I honestly will just say, go away, scammer. And I don't hear from them anymore. It's just kind of funny.
I would politely decline that person. Just say, sorry, I don't accept money orders as payment. I only accept, the Facebook transaction.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you don't know that they're a scammer, I wouldn't necessarily say that.
No.
I wouldn't advise you, Jennifer, on that. But I think in my case where I know they're trying to scam me, I let them know, like, I know what you're doing. And then they kind of leave me alone. So, David asks if we've ever sold Robin's jeans. And I've honestly never heard of that brand before, David.
Me neither. So tell us more, David.
Yeah, give us some info. Give us some info on that. We want to know. Are those men's, women's jeans? What's the scoop? What else you got for us, Chris? I know you've got a couple other items over there.
I already folded these up, so now I have to unfold them and then refold them. Here we go. So this is the hardest part of my week, is getting the tags like up on the screen the right way. There we go. Lucky Brand. And there you go. Corduroys.
Beautiful.
Nothing fancy, but like $4 fine. Big size, 38, 32. And I'm expecting to get probably around $30 or so for these. Love the big size, maybe even a little bit more, maybe closer to 35 to 40 because of that big size. But as some of you probably know, and Jason definitely knows, I don't go through the pants very often. At least not lately. I used to. Back in like the Mile High thrift days, I would go through the pants a lot. And I just haven't been doing it much lately, but I found those. But true story, I didn't really go through the pants to find those yesterday. They were hanging on the end of the rack, basically just staring at me, like making creepy eye contact. So I was like, well, I guess I'll pick those up.
Yeah, I was watching your live. What was it, yesterday? I guess. Yesterday. You had so many racks of shirts, and I'm like, no wonder he's not going through the pants. I mean, he's got a plethora of shirts and blazers to look through to find as much stuff as you do.
There was that store is so big, and they do a good volume, which is important too, because they're moving through stuff and constantly stocking new stuff. I really like that store for that reason. They had so many blazers yesterday. I'd never seen so many blazers. I just didn't have time. I was tired. It was like 5:30. I've been thrifting most of the day. I was like, there's a lot of money probably sitting in that blazer rack, but I got to get home and eat. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
And I already had 69 items between the two stores I went to, so I was all good just getting out of there. But there was money left behind at that store for sure. And I didn't even wander near the pants aisle in that store.
Yeah, 70 items in two stores. That's those are Denver days for me, not necessarily here. 35 would be unreal to pull at a store here.
Yeah, for me, that's what, like every other week I do this one swing to these two Salvation Armies. It's a little bit of a haul for me. It's like 45 minutes one way, and then there's like another 20 minutes between those two stores. But they're both big stores that do a lot of volume. So it ends up, it's pretty consistent that I'm getting like 25 to 40 items at either one of those stores. It's nice that they were both like 35 on the same day. You can't always count on that, but.
Nice. Well, David, let us know on the Robin jeans, high dollar men's jeans, $60 to $100. Have two pairs, and they have leather trim on the back pockets. So definitely a bolo. So thanks for letting us know on that, David.
Yeah, $60 to $100 on used jeans is that's like diesel money, and even a little bit higher than really.
Yeah, that's a good comparable there.
Yeah. I'll have to look up. Actually, I'm going to look up that logo right now because otherwise I'll probably forget.
Chris, you'll like this. This is something we look for quite a bit. I'm not even going to try this because it's hard, but it's a Brooks Brothers blazer that I paid $650 for. It's the Explorer Fitzgerald fit. Man, really sharp blue blazer, wool. Looked up comps on this guy right before we went live, and there were about 3 or 4 that sold for over $50 on this guy, like a couple $60, $70 sales in there. So yeah, so it's made in Egypt. I mean, it's pretty solid. It doesn't look like it's been worn much. So I don't find Brooks Brothers Blazers that much, but I think you find them more than I do as far as the Blazers go.
Yeah, I've been finding them pretty consistently. I actually found one yesterday that I took home. I think I found a few yesterday, but they had some flaws, but one that I took home. It was actually a model that I hadn't picked up before. I'm trying to remember what it was called, like Cool or something like that. But I usually find Brooks Ease seems to be the most common like model that I find of the Brooks Brothers. Brooks Ease or just Brooks Brothers 346.
I don't think I knew that there was an Ease.
Yeah, I don't know if that's like I should probably know what that ease means. Maybe it's just like a easier to take care of material. I don't know what it is. Maybe Oh, you know what? It might be that it has a little stretch to it. I think that's the one that's like it's like 97% wool and like 3% lycra, so it gives it like a little stretch. Maybe that's like the ease part of it.
Yeah. Here's another great brand to look out for. Tim says 2 Rock Revival jeans for $20, resold them for $120 altogether. Yeah, that's solid.
You know, Tim, I've been on the lookout for Rock Revival. That was like one of the first brands I learned years ago, like when I started flipping clothes, and I have never once found a pair of Rock Revival jeans, men's, women's, nothing. Never once. And I'm always looking for it, and they're really it's like a really obvious jean too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is, and it's the counterpart, Rock Republic. I always have to be like, not Republic, Revival, because they try and copy them in like on their back pattern, their pocket patterns, and obviously the name sounds similar. But I've flipped those Rock Revivals. I've probably found 4 pairs, and I'll pay as much as $20 for 1 pair of jeans.
Wow!
And I would say the average is probably $60 plus shipping. So,
dang.
Well, 60 including shipping is kind of the average that I've sold those at. So.
That's awesome. One of these days, maybe I'll find that brand. It's funny how like certain brands, like other people will be like, how do you find that brand all the time? You know, and then there's some brands like, I never find that brand. How do you find it all the time? It's just weird how that works. But I'm
location.
Always those pants.
Yeah.
I'll find Miss Me's from time to time. I feel like that one I'll find. They're not quite as valuable typically, but I've never found Rock Revival. Rock Republic, yeah, all day.
I wonder if it's, I just don't know that I would see a lot of people in Tampa wearing those types of jeans, but maybe I could be wrong,
I'm not sure. I don't even know what types of people wear those types of jeans, to be honest. But hey, I found probably we're talking about like copycat brands like Rock Republic copying Rock Revival. I found maybe my new favorite copycat brand name. It's called Banana Joe. That's
hilarious.
Favorite. I'd never seen that one before, but Banana Joe. I don't know who they're copying. Maybe Banana Republic or I don't know, but Banana Joe.
Banana Joe sounds like a Panama Jack type of brand.
Yeah, maybe.
Like you'd see like a pair of sunglasses with that logo or something at Walmart or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Banana Joe. Probably a good guy.
Yeah. Well, dude, do you have another item for us, or should we get into the game?
Do you want to do a Facebook Marketplace update? Are you prepared?
Oh, that's right. Completely forgot about Facebook Marketplace. Let's go there.
I don't know that I prepared like a really good update for today. Last week, I feel like I had my ducks in a row for that. But yeah, I can just shoot off the cuff here. So I have now listed a total of 95 items on Facebook Marketplace. I have sold 14 of those items. 13 were shipped. 1 was a local pickup. Someone came on Monday and picked up a pair of shoes. The things that I've been listing are shoes, mugs, hats, sports shirts like jerseys, and like some random collectibles here and there. And that's pretty much what's selling, all those things. So that's what I've been really focusing on, is the things that have been working so far. So I'm going to continue to I have a goal of cross posting every day, like at least 2 items, just cross post it from eBay. Obviously, I'm sticking with eBay. I shouldn't say obviously. I'm sticking with eBay as my number one platform. I've had a lot of success with Facebook Marketplace, but 14 sales doesn't sound like a ton. But when you consider that I've been on Facebook Marketplace now for a total of 1, 2, 3, 10. So this is 15 days. Today would be the 15th day since I've had more than like 2 listings on Facebook Marketplace. So to have 14 sales in 15 days is pretty significant when I've had anywhere between 20 and now like 95 listed up there. It's a crazy sell-through rate. So still doing well up there. It has slowed a little bit this week. I haven't had any Facebook Marketplace sales today. That's the first time I can say that in a while.
I think yours usually come in Thursday night right after the show. You get like a batch of sales.
I think I said that last week. I think I said, hey, I haven't had a sale yet today. And I literally had a sale like immediately after the show. It might have come in during the show and I wasn't paying attention, but I noticed it right after the show.
Yeah. Well, I had a really good week on Facebook, and the week before that wasn't that big, but I sold 9 items this week.
Ooh.
Currently have, so those 9 items, a total of $307.50 in sales. And I currently have 149 items. So I think sold total 22 items since I started a month ago on Facebook. I've had, and that's not including like obviously the local pickups, it's just shipping, but I've had a total of 170 items. I cross-posted quite a bit. My sell-through rate isn't quite as good as yours, but there's some items on there I'm still thinking about taking down just because they're not getting great views. But yeah, I mean, I can't complain. 9 items in a week on 150 items is a great boost and add to eBay.
I'm curious. That's awesome, salesman. Is there a particular item that has just like a crazy amount of views? I'm looking up. I know I have a couple like that, but do you have anything that's just like off the charts views?
Well, I'll tell you, one of the items that sold, I listed it like last Friday afternoon. It was a North Face bucket hat, like an outdoor hat, nylon or polyester. And within 2 hours, it had 550 views. I've never had anything go that high that quickly.
That's wild.
And I think consistently, I mean, I posted yesterday an REI like bug hut that I got at a garage sale for $65. It's like a little camping lair, and it's got 150 views. So sporting goods, outdoor recreation stuff, I think consistently is getting the most views in my store right now. What would you say?
I haven't posted a lot of sporting goods, but I will say I posted a pair of rollerblades and they sold within a couple of days and they got a lot of views. I'm trying to see if I can find that listing to see how many views they got. That was one of the ones that did get like bonkers views. I've had items that have over 1,000 views. And like I said, these are things that have been posted for 2 weeks or less. So I'm just trying to find. One thing about Facebook Marketplace I'll say is like you can't see how many you have total posted. It just tells you like 20 plus. You're like, great.
Yeah, I don't like that. I like to know the exact number.
Yeah, there's still some things that they need to update about it, but that's one of the challenges. I'm trying to find some things that just got bonkers. I mean, I've sold a pair of Jordans that was listed for like 8 hours and they got 409 listings in 8 hours and sold. And I had some offers and stuff in that time too. So there's certain things I think that just go wild. I've had some Brooks shoes get like 1,000 views. I had some brand new with tags, Cole Haans. Actually, I think you can search the listings. I'm trying to find those Cole Haans.
Yeah, you can.
So I have a brand new inbox, Cole Haan. Let's see. It's got 1,458 listing views. They've been up there for about a week. I mean, that's like wild.
Just curious, what price do you have on those brand new?
I had them at 79 and then I lowered the price to 69 because I was having so many views without purchases that I figured it must have been the price point that wasn't vibing with people. And I had some offers, like people were offering me like $50. I probably had like 4 different $50 offers, but the retail arbitrage for me, I paid too much to accept $50 on them. So I'll just hold out for my number.
Yeah, I'm noticing Harley Davidson boots are getting several hundred views. looks like like I've got a couple of vintage like jean jackets, Levi's, and a Wrangler, and like a Marlboro, a really rad looking unique piece. It's got like 300 views. So yeah, those are kind of what's popping in my store right now.
No, I actually have like a pretty cool vintage Wrangler jean jacket that I should put up. So thanks for mentioning that. It's good to know that that's getting a lot of views. It's been sitting on eBay for probably 3 months now. So
yeah, it's I mean, we talk about this every week, but it's so much fun to see items that have been sitting just go quickly on Facebook. And I picked up some Beanie Babies, like 15 of them for $1 each, and people are like, "You're crazy! You're not going to sell them." And I wouldn't say they're going to be hugely profitable, but sold a couple of them within 30 minutes on Facebook for like $10-15 a piece. Already broke even on the whole lot. So something that's sitting on eBay, the Beanie Babies not getting any views on eBay, are all of a sudden selling on Facebook. So who knows?
Yeah, that's very interesting. I'll say that, and again, this is a Facebook Marketplace experiment for Jason and I. Jason's a little bit further along in the experiment, but I guess this is the fourth week. We launched this 4 weeks ago. It has 2 people who had never really sold. I guess I say never really sold. Neither of us had ever sold Facebook Marketplace with shipping before, right?
Right.
So this is an experiment, and we're learning along the way, and the experiment's going pretty darn well. But on the experiment thing, one thing I'm very curious about, and maybe some of the viewers can comment on this, is you can do promoted listings on Facebook Marketplace. And I've never tried doing it, but I'd be curious if anybody's tried promoting their listings on Facebook Marketplace and really how that works, and if they've had any luck with that. Maybe that's something that's worth an experiment for you and I to identify a couple items that are worth promoting, and just give it a try, see what happens.
Somebody was mentioning that in a live that I did recently. It's not like eBay where you pay to promote and then you pay when it sells only. You pay for a certain amount of time, and it guarantees like a certain amount of views, but it doesn't guarantee that you're going to make the sale. So you still pay for it regardless of the sale. So
I tried that on one of those other selling apps that I used to dabble with a couple of years ago. I'm trying to, what is it? What are those other get on? What is it? I can't remember.
Trying to think of the different, I don't remember.
There was another one where you could do that, and you literally like paid to get it boosted, and you just paid like, it'd be like, it's $5 to boost it or something, and you just paid that $5, and for a week it'd be like, it'd be promoted. They didn't care if you sold or not, but it would get a lot of views. But I didn't find that it was worth it. I can't remember what that app was called. I know some other people still use it.
Neb was saying a hint on Facebook Marketplace is you can create your own group, list your items. I guess you could put it in that group and then share your groups with other people or other group. I'm not really sure. Share with different groups and marketplaces. Okay. Have you seen, Neb, that gets traction for you as far as bringing in more views or getting sales quicker? Love to know your feedback on that.
He might be talking about something different or similar, but one thing I'll do with furniture when I'm selling it locally is I'm part of a whole bunch of local like classifieds or selling groups or, buy sell groups, and basically what I do is I live in Pasco County. So I just search for like Pasco selling or Pasco classifieds, and I'm searching the groups, and I add all those, I join all those groups. And I do the same thing for the name of my town, which is Newport Richey, then the neighborhood, which is Trinity, and I just search for all those different selling groups. And then when I list like a couch, what I'll do is I'll put it up on Facebook Marketplace, not for shipping. But then I'll also add it to like 20 groups so that it jumps into all those, onto the dashboard or I guess the thread of all those other selling groups. But I don't know if that's what Neb's referring to, or if they're actually selling groups that are more like national selling groups.
I think, which it doesn't give me this option. I've looked at it when that last page on the listing lists all of your groups. For some reason, mine are grayed out, so I can't click to add my listing to that group. But I'm pretty sure you can just push it out to all these groups, and maybe that group doesn't allow something like that. Maybe that's why they're grayed out. But you can push it out, I think, to different groups. And maybe that's what he's talking about. I'm not sure.
There is a more national group that it's called like outdoor gear marketplace or something like that. And I used to sell some stuff in that. And that was like, I used to ship things before the shipping was built into the Facebook marketplace platform. Like someone would just PayPal you, and then, you would just go and like print off a label and send it to them kind of off of Facebook, but I'd post it. And that was pretty common. So maybe I can use like a group like that. I hadn't thought about that in a while.
Yeah. Well, Chris, let's get into our game.
Let's do it.
I think if I remember right, you are the defending champion coming into this week.
You do remember right. That's awesome.
For a second, I was like, wait, who won last week?
So let's play a flippin' game. We got 2 flippin' dudes, 5 flippin' questions. There's got to be one flippin' winner, but we're going to need you to help us out determine who that winner is going to be. So question number 5 is an audience participation, an audience vote. So let's jump right into this thing with question number 1. And I'll mention to you that we are talking only about flips and finds from the past 7 days. So question number 1 is biggest sale of the week. I'll show you mine right now. There it is. You might have remembered this jacket from a show probably about 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago, where I found this Gill Offshore Jacket, which is like a jacket for sailing, like I guess like any kind of boating, like way off the coast. This is kind of like a batten down the hatches sort of jacket. And I paid $7 for this at a thrift store, and it sold on a best offer of $280 plus $16 shipping. So I got $296 for this jacket, probably about 3 weeks after purchasing it. So that is my biggest sale of the week.
Did you say 296?
296 all in.
Wow. I'm glad you sold that jacket. That was a sweet piece.
In real life too, I had I turned down an offer for 200 and countered it, and the buyer walked away, didn't even like negotiate with me. And I was like, man, it really takes some gumption to turn down a $200 offers on something you paid $7 for. But I knew I could get more money for it. And this person came in, their opening offer was $250, and I countered at $3, and they came up to $280, and I'm like, I'll take $280.
Yeah. Yeah, when they come up quite a bit, I mean, a $30 difference there instead of like $255 or $260, they're willing to work with you, and I think it helps to just say like, yeah, that's a good offer.
I think I could have gotten more if I hung around, but I'm very happy. At some point, you just have to say 7 into 296. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, I can't beat you this week, but this is still a good sale on an item I paid $7 for at Goodwill. This sat around for 2 or 3 months. I was kind of surprised that it hadn't sold. I lowered the price by like $10. This like modem router combo was brand new. I honestly thought it was used, but when I opened it up, everything was still in the wrap. So no, this was sealed. Actually, this was still sealed. Hadn't been opened at all. And so listed it obviously as new and got that full price, $97.83 on this guy. So this was definitely something I listed on Facebook. Didn't get a lot of traction there. Had a lot of views, but no offers, no one reaching out. So
great flip. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's my biggest sale. Chris won.
All right, updated scoreboard. Chris with the shirts won. Jason with the shoes. Zip. Let's move to question number 2, the biggest profit. This is why we do it, to make money and feed our families. So I will show you here my biggest profit. Obviously, the jacket was my biggest profit. But I had this other jacket that I sold. We can't use the same jacket for the 2 different questions, or same item for 2 different questions. So this is my second biggest profit of the week. This New York Knicks pro player jacket. I picked this up a couple of months ago now, and I had it listed as probably around $100, maybe a little bit above $100. Now it's kind of April-ish, spring-ish. So I brought it down to about 80, got an offer for 60, ended up countering back and forth and getting 65 plus $14 shipping. So $79 all in, ended up with a profit of $56 on this jacket.
Yeah, I remember that being your coolest pick, like episode 5 or 6 of our show.
Yeah, maybe it was. Yeah, maybe it was a couple. Oh, that was a while I've had that jacket, but
yeah.
I'm happy to see that thing go. As a Celtics fan, that thing had to get out of my house.
You said, what was it? $56 was your profit?
$56 would be total profit after shipping and fees.
It's going to be a close one here, Chris. We've had some close ones lately. Do you remember this from last week? This was
Yeah,
an
that's a
item
good
I
point.
showed in the opening segment when we were showing thrifted items.
Yeah.
This Oakley, I found out tactical is a word you want to use on something like this. So you can see that in the title there. It's got like, let's see if you can see it, but it's got like some, it's just really thick and padded. And so these things had comps all over the $50 to $120 range. So this sold full price for $83.83. I think I told you on the show I was expecting to get like 35 or 40,
Yeah,
with shipping,
that's
and
huge.
went for twice that, which I was shocked. I only paid like $7, $6 for this. Profit ended up being $58.85 after fees on this. So
Wow, down to the penny, So that would have I was gonna say I only look at mine in rounded fashion, but 58.85. If mine would have rounded up to 59. So you won that one. By maybe a handful of cents. Not exactly sure because mine rounded. I can double check that. That would just be fun to know how many cents you won by. But I'll do that later. Let's updated scoreboard here. Jason with the shoes won. Chris with the shirts won. We got a tie ball game. Fan favorite, fastest sale of the week, and I didn't really have fast sale week. I didn't really list very much fresh inventory last week because of all the shenanigans that we were last week. So you can't have really fast sales if you don't have a lot of fresh inventory listed. This Orvis shirt sold in 2 days, 8 hours, and 28 minutes. I got $17.15 plus $4.85, so I got $23 all in for this Orvis shirt that I paid $4 for. Kind of a cool corduroy shirt. Did I show this last week?
I don't remember it, but can you zoom in on that fabric? I want to see what that looks like. Yeah, that's really nice. It's hard to see that, but when you zoom in like that, it looks really, really unique in that corduroy fabric.
I never picked up an Orvis shirt quite like that. And I look back, I don't find much corduroy anything, to be honest. And that's funny because I have a pair of corduroy pants right next to me, and I recently sold a corduroy Gap jacket. But anyway, I got that was 2 days, 8 hours, 28 minutes.
I love finding those LL Bean Orvis shirts like that. They're old school. Got those. It's just a unique piece that you don't see, but like once every 10 trips to the store.
Yeah, I don't know if that's vintage, but definitely has vintage vibes, right?
Yeah. Here's another item that I showed last week. I had those two Survivor complete seasons, and this one didn't go for as much. I actually sold both of them this week. Took an offer on the second one today, but this one was my fastest. What a hard word to say. 6 hours, 28 minutes, and it went for a best offer of 8 plus the 4 shipping, so 12 all in. And this is something I paid $1 for at a yard sale 2 weeks ago.
Nice. Gotta love those like $1 yard sale finds that turn into just quick money in the bank. Love that one.
Yeah, and the other Survivor season went for 29 with shipping today. So $2 on both of those into, what is that, 42 on
That's great
DVDs, which don't normally sell that high. So
that's good old fashioned flipping right there. Dollar stuff at garage sales, making quick money in under a week. I love it.
Yeah.
Updated scoreboard here. Jason with the shoes 2, Chris with the shirts 1. I'll just hold this here for an extra moment just so you can take a look at this artwork. This is the highest tech scoreboard in sports. All right. So let's jump into my favorite category, slowest sale. Not that I like selling stuff slow, but I do like getting rid of that stuff that's been sitting around in inventory for a long time, in some case years. So my slowest sale of the week is this FLIPPIN necklace. So this is like one of those like liquid metal infused necklaces. I think these are popular with like baseball players and golfers. I think it has to do with, I don't know, some sort of like ionic feng shui to help with your, I don't know, pain. I don't know. I don't even know what it is, but people buy them.
It doesn't matter. It was the slowest sale that went out.
And you're very familiar with this date at this point. Anybody who watches the show with any sort of regularity knows probably.
Wait, can I say it?
Do you know the date?
Is it Jeff at Amazon?
Yeah, it's Jeff. That's interesting. That's great that you remember his name. Do you remember the date?
I'm gonna say August of 2019.
That's right. August 31st of 2019, I picked up a whole bunch of stuff from Jeff at a garage sale, and this is I bought a case of these fighting necklaces and bracelets, and they sell like I sell like one or two of these a month, and I think I sell a little bit more once it now it becomes summertime and golfers and baseball players and stuff. Anyway, 592 days on this fighting necklace.
Thanks, Jeff. Again, never gets old. This sold today. I relisted 40-something items, and this one went within a few hours. So fast, but so slow. Going all the way back to November 26th of 2018.
Whoa.
It's the day before my birthday. So that was a total of 860 days. Buyer paid full price on this, $14.84 plus 8 shipping. Just under $23 for these BDG jeans. And I used to pick these up all the time, especially women's. But one, I don't see them that much, and I just don't pick them up anymore. So,
yeah, I don't even know that brand. So I'm guessing, is that a stay away kind of thing?
Yeah, I'd be hesitant. I mean, if you can get them for $1, maybe, but I'm not sure why. I mean, these are black, 32. I mean, it's not like a really small size. I honestly don't know why these sat for so long.
And I can't compete with you on these like slow sales, August 31st, 2019 or not, like, man, you with these old sales, but
maybe some of the fast sales that you get, but somehow I got one this week.
That's right. I knew that you were going to take that one too, because I just didn't have anything, but maybe someday when I grow up, I can have really slow sales. Like,
I mean, I don't know if that's a demonstration of success, Chris, that I have items sitting in inventory.
Well, I mean, I guess November would have been really the third or fourth month that I had like really been reselling with any kind of regularity. So it would be tough for me to have a lot of stuff that's that old. Although I do still have some stuff that is that old, I assure you.
Yeah. Well, our last round of the game is always the best pick.
Best pick. So we're looking for audience vote for this one. You're going to vote J in the chat if you think Jason's pick is the best of the week. C in the chat if you think it's Chris's. Don't vote yet. Let's wait till you see these items. And it doesn't have to be the item that you think is going to sell for the most money. It's just cool in whatever way that you just define cool. Best pick, coolest pick, whatever. Sorry for hitting that. So I'll go first. I actually haven't decided what I'm going to show yet. I'm just going to go with the feel. I am going to go with this, though. So yesterday I found a set of 5 Williams-Sonoma grill tools. And
no way.
The real trick for this is going to be getting this past my wife so that we don't these to use with our Traeger smoker. But saw these hanging at the thrift store, and the price was I think it was $4.99. It was either $4.99 or $5.99, and I got a set of 5 of these. They're all hanging out behind me. They were there the whole time. You didn't even know it.
So $5 for all?
Yeah, $5 for all. Unfortunately, one of these leather straps just broke pre-show. I don't think that's the biggest deal in the world. But they're in pretty good condition. I think one of them had a little. I think this one's a little loose, the brush. But I think I can probably take like a wrench or whatever and clamp that on better. But anyway, I think they'll probably get about $40 plus shipping. I might price at the bottom of the market just because of this little guy coming off. But that's if I can get them past Kim. She's already mentioned that maybe we should keep them, but we'll see how that goes. I think she's always a big fan of getting profit coming in the door too to pay the bills, right?
Yeah, money talks, right?
That's right, but kind of a unique find for me. I've never really found anything quite like that. I enjoy digging around in some of that kitchen stuff. So,
yeah, I mean, Williams-Sonoma is a great brand. That's a section I'm always looking in, but I haven't found anything to actually pull out of those like kitchen utensils yet. So that's something newer that I'd be looking for nowadays.
I'm excited about it, and I think it's like on brand for the season, right? It's grilling season.
It is grilling season. Well, take a look at this. I paid $7.50 total for this huge bin of. It's called Rockin' Block or Rockin' Bach. Sorry, you see a remote control in there, and then if you look at, I've never heard of these, so I looked them up. There's like a bulldozer, and on top, obviously, I've got this dump truck. And I was looking. It's a obviously like a battery operated, like you build a track or build a track in some kind of like town or village or something. But just those two, the bulldozer and the dump truck, both go for around 25 to 30 each for just those. So I haven't tested that out. Obviously, I paid $750 for the whole thing, and then I haven't decided yet how I mean, obviously, I can sell out everything else, all the contents, whether I'll actually try and set it up and show all the pieces, or whether I'll just say grab bag, $20 gets the whole thing.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Is that a thrift store find?
That is a thrift store find.
Is that how it came, like in that bin like that with the thing taped on the top?
Yeah, that's honestly how it came. And I mean, even though when I looked it up and saw $50 for those two like vehicle things, it was still like, yeah, but do I really want to sort through all of these pieces? I mean, that's a lot of time. I mean, I definitely don't want to try and set it up. That's too much time, but maybe I'll just list like 15 of these road track pieces and, try and break them up into segments or something.
Yeah, that sounds good. How much did you pay for it? You might have already mentioned.
$750.
Dang. Okay.
So I'm guessing, 75 to 100 once I sell off everything. So part it out and sell.
Nice find. What caught your eye? Was it like the remote control you saw in there?
I don't know. I think just the truck on top. And then I was like, this is a lot of pieces. And, I do know that like Legos and Lincoln Logs and other things like that, like people are really, making some money on those things. So I saw these pieces and was like, maybe those are worth something. So, yeah.
Right on. That's cool. We got some votes coming in. I'm seeing a lot of J's jumping in here. So get your votes in. Put J in the chat if you think the Rockablocks are the best pick of the week. And put C in the chat if you think these grill tools back here from Williams-Sonoma are the best pick of the week.
While those are coming in, there was a great question on one of our rounds from David. He says, you mentioned you relisted items. Do you end and relist? Can you discuss that process? So, yeah, David, I go through and if a listing is older than 3 months, 3 to 6 months, somewhere in that range, I'll go ahead and take it down off eBay. So I'll end it, and then I'll go in like batches of 10. I'll do sell similar and then change a few things, change the price, maybe a word in the title, something to make it kind of a fresh listing. Make sure everything looks good, and then relist that as a sell similar. So that does help generate some new sales because it shows up on eBay as a fresh listing as opposed to just clicking relist, which still gives it the same eBay item number. It doesn't register as a fresh new listing. It registers as an old item being relisted. So that's kind of the difference in why I do that. But great question. Looks like I might have it this week, Chris.
It looks that way. I see a lot of J's rolling in, a couple of C's. I'm getting a vote for the ski bum hat. I bought this probably a week or two after I moved to Florida. It was just like hot as all get out when I moved here, and I was like, I need to like buy something to show my allegiance to like winter time and like the mountains. So I bought this ski bum hat. I actually bought it. I was gonna flip it, and I was like, this is way too cool.
I got 6-3.
6-3. Let's call it. I don't think I'm gonna come back on this one. I don't know. I'd vote for yours on this one. Although I like the Williams-Sonoma flipping tools as long as I can sell them.
Yeah, it's such a great brand quality. Those of you watching, put in your answer to this question. Biggest sale flip of the week. We do this from time to time. Or it could just be a sale that you were excited to make. It doesn't necessarily have to be your biggest sale or your biggest flip. It could just be like we do the coolest pick. Hey, this was an item that sold that I was excited about. So let us know what's selling for you.
This is like my favorite part of the show. I love to hear other folks, I don't know, like not bragging, that's not the right word, but like being proud of what they did this week, right? So I love seeing this. I'll update the scoreboard here. I started, it's 4 Jason with the shoes 4, Chris with the shirts 1. A strong victory by Jason. I've updated the all-time flipping record books here. So it looks like Jason is now with 6 wins. And what is that? 9 wins for Chris. So staying pretty close. It seems like we're just flipping off, or not flipping off, switching off weeks. You win one, I win one. Back and forth. Right? Makes it fun.
So Tim sold this Joe Rocket pant jacket combo, motorcycle pant jacket for $120 total.
Dang.
Took 2 days. Yeah, I believe that because those jackets do pretty well by themselves. So I imagine you add in the pants and it's going to go quick. Got a vintage Cookie Monster puppet, $60, and got it for free. Where did you get that for free? Was that something you got like on Facebook, or how did you find that? Or was that something lying around the house?
Nick and Renee were all for making profit, but we're not for stealing stuff. $0 cost.
Leslie sold a pair of Crocs after she raised the price and promoted. That's nice. A good feeling.
Crocs and socks, or just the Crocs?
Looks like just a pair of Crocs. No socks. But that could be a thing, you know. Crocs and socks.
Sounds like a combo.
Carol sold a Batik beach dress that people had asked about. A couple people clicked buy, but never paid it. It's now on its way to Hawaii. It's awesome.
Aloha.
David sold. He's always on the golf. I like it. David with the ladies Callaway Gems iron set, paid 8, sold for $110.
Yeah, buddy.
Nick and Renee says it was my childhood toy. Way to go. Is that hard to get rid of? It's out the door. There's some creative people out there getting stuff for free and flipping them. I mean, that's the ultimate best feeling, is when someone just gives you something and you sell for $680. Free encyclopedia set sold for $680. Mariana, where did you sell that for almost $700? That is, I never would have guessed that.
I have to fight my urge to say, who's buying that stuff for, like for $680? Because people ask me that all the time. Who's buying that? I'm like, I don't know, my lovely customers, right? But that's interesting to me that people are spending that kind of money for encyclopedia sets. This is very interesting to me.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, man, that one takes the cake right there. $700 from pretty much nothing invested. I think Gary V would be proud of that one.
Yes, and thank goodness.
Be proud of all of these.
Thank goodness, Mariana, for media mail, right, on shipping those things.
Yeah, unless that was a local sale, but I'm guessing, yeah, that one got shipped. It's kind of hard to find someone in your town that wants to buy an encyclopedia set.
It's fascinating to me. I know we sell a lot of things. It's like hard to figure out the value, but like, it's fascinating to me that somebody would pay more than like $10 for an encyclopedia set. Like I just don't understand it.
Yeah. Put on eBay, coming from California to Tennessee. I got it from a neighbor for free.
That's awesome.
So just buy them dinner. You don't have to tell them how much you sold it for. Just be like, hey, I just want to treat you to dinner tonight.
Yeah. Nice dinner.
Yeah. Well, I think that's going to do it, Chris. A lot of great flips this week.
Yeah, I love hearing from the crowd with all those big flips. That kind of fuels me a little bit. I'm like, I got to step on my game. I got to go find me some encyclopedias, and I need to figure out how the heck David from Lion Creek is just pulling all these awesome like golf clubs and stuff. It's just amazing to me.
We need to take a trip and go wherever David is and just source his stores with him.
Absolutely.
Like a collab.
Well-wearing Crocs with socks.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Well, I really enjoyed it. Appreciate you taking some time out of your evening. If you're watching live on Thursday with us, appreciate that a ton. If you're watching this recorded, we appreciate it too. I will ask if everyone could just take a second right now. If this show didn't totally suck and maybe you even cracked half a smile, if you could go ahead down below and click the like button. If you're not following Jason Hayes' channel, maybe now's the time to go ahead and follow Jason and learn from him as I continue to learn from him all the time. And maybe hit that bell button too, that notification button, so that when Jason goes live and we go live on Thursday nights, that you get the notification that we're here and we're hanging out and that we've invited you to join the fun.
And as always, we will be back next Thursday at 8 Eastern on this YouTube channel. So please come back and have fun with us. It's going to be an exciting time, as it always is. So Chris and I always have fun just catching up and seeing you guys.
Absolutely.
Well, that's going to do it.
Yeah, wishing everybody a wonderful week of finding cool stuff and flipping that stuff for profit.
That's right. Everyone have a great week. Happy selling out there.